All right. Shalom, family and friends. Facebook. Brothers and sisters, once again, this is another live lesson on tonight. And the topic of discussion is going to be true friends. True friends. And so share the video if you will. What more can I say? We give double honor to the elders, salutations to the brothers that's preaching this truth, teaching this truth in sincerity, edifying the lost sheep of the house of Israel, which is the blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans. And last but not least, we give all praises and honor and due glorification to Lord of Lords, Kings of Kings. The Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus Christ. We want to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right? So, guys, without further ado, I'm getting into the lesson on tonight. I see you guys when you come into the room. Please share this video, and you can also check me out on YouTube. And you can simply log in over to YouTube, type in Shabar Israel. That's ShabarIsrael. Shabar Israel on YouTube. And please just subscribe to my channel if you will. Help support the movement. So guys, the topic of discussion is true friends. What you're going to need for this lesson, you're going to need the good book, guys. You're going to need the sword. All right, you're going to need the bread, which is the Bible. All right, so you're going to need a KJV Bible, and also you're going to need the Apocrypha, 14 books that was taken from the Bible by the Roman Catholic Protestants, and a composition book to take notes and a pen to write down the notes with, and that's it. So guys, here we go. True friends. What are true friends? What are true friends? I'm going to make it very short, but it's going to be very powerful. So what are true friends? Let's get into it and see. True friends. So the first book, chapter, and verse I'm going to will be coming out of the Apocrypha. And this is Sirach chapter 6, verse 7. So this is Sirach chapter 6, verse 7. Some may call Sirach Ecclesiasticus, because in the Apocrypha, that's what it's titled in the Apocrypha, the book of Ecclesiasticus. But it's also known as Sirach or Sirach. And I'm starting from chapter 6, verse 7, right? And here's what it reads. Chapter 6, verse 7 of Ecclesiasticus / Sirach. All right, now let's begin to read. It says, if thou would get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. So if you're going to get a friend, brothers and sisters, if you want to get a friend, you must prove that friend first, because you cannot let everybody up and in your circle. You got to keep your circle small. It's a doggy-dog's world, and we cannot necessarily trust everyone out here, man. So if you're looking for a true friend, I'm talking about a true friend, a genuine friend. Sirach chapter 6, verse 7 says, you must prove him or her first, and be not hasty to credit him. You see? So that's the first thing you must do. Prove that particular guy first. Prove that particular woman first. You see what I'm saying? If you want a friend, don't just start snatching everybody in your circle. Because first and foremost, you're going to discover that everyone is not loyal. Everyone don't hold their integrity. Everyone is not a true friend to you. All right? And it's scarce, especially today, because true friends, true brothers and sisters are very hard to find. It's on an all-time low. Okay, we are living in a world that, it's crazy. What more can I say? So let's continue on with the verse. I'm going to the next verse. So this is Sirach, aka Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of your trouble. See that? So it's telling you in Sirach, chapter 6, verse 8, some brothers and sisters, they are only your friends for their own occasion. You know what I'm saying? They want to be your friend, for some time based on their own occasion. They're not really a true friend that's going to be there, hold you down, support you to the end. They just want to be a short-term friend. You understand? For their own benefit, for their own pleasures. Whatever that suits them. They want to be your friend for that particular time. Whether they trying to get something from you. You know what I'm saying? They may be trying to just be on your side to get close to someone in your family. Want to be on your side just to get what they want. And after they have gotten what they want, then they pretty much, you don't hear from them again. This is Sirach chapter 6, verse 8. It says, for some man and woman is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of trouble. They not going to hold you down when the hard times come. You know what I'm saying? That's how you can basically know a real genuine friend, a real genuine sister friend, or a real genuine brother friend, because if you can't be together for the good, then you shouldn't be together for the bad. And if you can't be together for the bad, then you shouldn't be together for the good, because a true friend, a brother or sister, they going to hold you down regardless if it's good times or regardless if it's troublesome times, if it's perilous times. You know what I'm saying? They're going to hold you down, because a true friend is there through the thick and thin, even until the end. You see what I'm saying? But everybody is not like that. That's why I was telling you in Sirach chapter 6, I started off in verse 7, because it was saying that if you would get a friend, you got to prove this particular guy, this particular woman first. You know what I'm saying? You got to prove them first. See what they're about. You know what I'm saying? See if they just around to benefit from you. See if they just around to leeching off your luxurious things. See if they're around just to leech off your finance, because some brothers and sisters like that. They want to hang around you because you well off. You got money. You got the finest things. They want to hang around you because you well off. But they not really down with you like that. They just, like I said, Sirach chapter 6, verse 8, they just with you for their own occasion. And they ain't gonna abide when shit hit the fan, when things hit, they not gonna be there. You see what I'm saying? So guys, give you a precept. Give you a precept. Now, when you looking for a friend, a brother or a sister, you gotta try the spirits, man. So let me give you First John chapter 4 from the top, coming out of the Bible. First John chapter 4, coming out of the Bible. So I'm going into the New Testament, and I'm going to First John chapter 4. All right, guys. This is First John chapter 4 from the top. It says, Beloved, believe not every spirit. You see, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because you got to try these brothers and sisters to see if they walking with God, if they keeping the commandments, because if you keeping the commandments as a Hebrew Israelite, You might be a young man, you might be a young woman. If you keeping the commandments, you walking with God, you know, and you rehearsing the righteous acts. If you keeping the commandments, you know, one thing you shouldn't be doing is being unequally yoked. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be unequally yoked, because I'm going to get that verse too. You want to try the spirit of that brother or that sister, whether they to see whether they are of God. You know what I'm saying? If that brother or sister ain't on your level, and if they ain't trying to keep no commandments and walk with the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Don't add them into your circle. You see what I'm saying? Because everyone is not your friend. We got to stop just pulling everybody in our circle, thinking that they are our friends. You understand? No. Try the spirits. 1 John 4 verse 1 says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit." Don't believe every nigga in your face. Don't believe every sister in your face. You got to try the spirits. You got to try this brother or this sister, whether to see whether they are of God. You know what I'm saying? Because many false prophets are going out in the world. And that's also talking about many false niggas, many false sisters. You know what I'm saying? So you always want to do what? Believe not every spirit. Don't believe every brother or sister when they tell you that they are your friend. Try them out. Try the spirits to see whether they are of God. Try them out to see where they heart at. Try them out to see if they walking with God. Try them out to see if they keeping the commandments. You understand? That's what you should be trying them out to see. Because let me give you this. If you know, if they not keeping the commandments, that's called being unequally yoked. And I'm gonna show you that too. So let's get that. I think that's in Corinthians. We see Matthew Doc Anderson is tuned in. We appreciate you, Matthew Doc Anderson. Thank you for your time, brother. Please share the video once again. We love you, man. And the topic of discussion is, the topic of discussion is true friends. So, like I said, you got to try the spirits to see if that brother or sister, to see if they are of God, because we just inviting everybody in our circle, thinking they're our friend, and then we end up with a knife in the back. You know what I'm saying? So, where is that? Unequally yoked. I'm gonna get that right quick. He say that be not unequally yoked. Where's that at? Yeah, here we go. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be not unequally yoked together. Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion has light with darkness? So be not unequally yoked. You know what I'm saying? So you looking for a true friend, regardless if you're a man or you're a woman. You looking for a true brother or a true sister, you got to try the spirits. We showed you that in 1 John chapter 4 from the top. It says try the spirits to see if the spirits are of God. So you got to try that brother and sister to see if they walking with God and keeping the commandments, because if they not, you're going to mess around. And if you let that brother or sister into your circle, that is known as being unequally yoked, because that brother or that sister, their mind is out in the world. They not trying to walk with God. They not trying to keep the commandments. You see what I'm saying? And even if they try to put on a front, they try to put on some front and try to get you to believe that they all sacred and spiritual and holy. What you do, you try the spirits to see if the spirits to see if they are of God. That's why I was telling you that back in Sirach, in the Apocrypha, when I started off in chapter 6, Sirach chapter 6, verse 7, it says, if thou would get a friend, prove him first. Prove him or her first. See what I'm saying? And how you prove them? You prove them by 1 John chapter 4 from the top. You prove them by trying the spirits to see if the spirits are of God, because Every brother and sister ain't your friend, and every brother and sisters ain't trying to walk with the Most High. They not trying to keep no commandments. But you got to find you a brother that's like-minded. You got to find you a sister that's like-minded. You got to find you a brother or sister that's trying to keep these commandments, at least trying to keep these commandments in faith in the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Shai. Because if you don't do that, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14, it says that you're going to be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. And it says, for what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? You can't pair up righteousness with unrighteousness. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. If you're going to keep the commandments and they're going to be wicked as hell, how is they your friend? If you keeping the commandments and they breaking every commandment in the Bible, why would you hang around that person? You see what I'm saying? If you keeping the commandments but they breaking the commandments, you see what I'm saying? If you keeping the Sabbath day but they breaking the Sabbath, how is that your friend? That's unequally yoked. That's why I'm telling you. That's why this video is titled True Friends. A true friend, when you find a true friend, you know, when you try the spirits to see if the spirits are of God, you're gonna discover they are of God. When you find a true friend, you're gonna discover that they are not unequally yoked. That y'all are like-minded and y'all on the same page. Y'all keeping these laws together. See what I'm saying? And that was 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion has light with darkness? See, that's another thing. Because you looking for a friend, you looking for a guy friend, or you looking for a lady friend, make sure that they are of the light. Make sure they are of the light. We know what the light is. Proverbs 6:23 tells you that the law is light. So make sure that when you find if you're looking for you a friend, try them out. Make sure they are of the light and not darkness. Because if you mess around and get with a brother or sister and they not on the same page as you, they not walking with God, keeping the commandments, that's going to be light that is in communion with darkness. And you don't want that, man. You see what I'm saying? You don't want that at all. So, especially you Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters out there, you know, you don't even try to get with the heathen. Don't even make the heathens your friend. So-called white man, Chinese, Japanese, East Indians, Arabs, Africans, all these heathen nations, you shouldn't be dealing with them, especially in terms of trying to make them your friend. You shouldn't be dealing with them, period. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to find a friend out of your nation, which is the nation of Israel, just make sure they ain't unequally yoked. Like I said in 2 Corinthians 6 and 14, and 1 John chapter 4 from the top, make sure you try the spirits to see if the spirits are of God. Now this is Amos 3 and 3. Amos 3 and 3 in the Old Testament. Watch this. Amos 3 and 3. Because this lesson is called True Friends. So how would you discover a true friend? I'm showing you how to see if you have a true friend. This is Amos 3 and 3. All right. And this is what it reads. The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? You see what I'm saying? How in the hell you gonna walk together? You trying to find a friend out there. You trying to find a good friend out there. How in the hell you gonna walk together? You know what I'm saying? If you're not like-minded, if one is in the light and the other in the darkness, how in the hell you gonna walk together? Amos 3 and 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? How you gonna walk together? You see what I'm saying? That's why I told you. I keep going back to 1 John chapter 4. 1 John chapter 4, it says, try the spirits to see if the spirits are of God. The spirits is the people. You got to try the spirits to see if the spirits are of God. Because if they are not, how can two walk together except they be agreed? You in the light, you keeping the commandments, but they in the darkness. Because they ain't keeping no commandments. Guess what? It's rather one gonna draw the other. You know what I'm saying? It's whether the light gonna draw the darkness or the darkness gonna draw the light. You understand? So, and like I said, also when I started off with this lesson from the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, aka Sirach, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou would get a friend, it says, prove him first. Prove him first. Prove him first. Prove that man first. Prove that woman first before they be your friend. See what they about. See where they mind at. See if they righteous. See if they rehearsing the righteous acts. You know what I'm saying? Get to know the person. Don't just take the brother or sister in your circle and now you smiling talking about, oh, this is my Hebrew Israelite brother, this is my Hebrew Israelite sister. But you haven't proved them first. You haven't tried the spirit to see if their spirit is of God. You know what I'm saying? You haven't tried them out to see if they are the light. You understand? Don't do things like that, man. All right, guys. This is also 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. Watch this. 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. 1 Corinthians 10 and 21 reads, you cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. See what I'm saying? Because if you get with somebody that's unequally yoked, you trying to find a friend, right? And you get with this guy or you get with this woman, and you are unequally yoked. This guy is in darkness or this woman in darkness that you trying to be friends with, and you supposed to be walking in the light. Guess what? It tells you in 1 Corinthians 10 verse 21, you cannot drink the cup of the Lord's and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils. See what I'm saying? Because like I told you, I showed you already. I showed you in 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14, it says, be not unequally yoked. It's whether you're going to eat at the Lord's table or it's whether you're going to eat at the devil's table. But it's not going to work out if you trying to get with a sister or you trying to get with a brother that's in darkness and you keeping the commandments and you in the light. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. So what are true friends? True friends is compatible friends. True friends are like-minded. True friends are your brothers and sisters that's in the light. True friends are your brothers and sisters that's keeping these commandments. And they ain't being wicked as hell. They ain't breaking every commandment in the Bible. They ain't breaking the Sabbath day. That's what a true friend. You gotta try these niggas out to see if they really down with you. Especially you brothers, because you brothers, you want to just take every nigga, you want to invite every nigga in your circle. You can't do that. Try the spirits to see if the spirits are of God. See what I'm saying? Come on, man. If you want a friend, prove him first. Prove her first. You know what I'm saying? Also, let me show you this one. Let's go to 2 John 1 and 10. Okay, 2 John 1 and 10 in the New Testament. 2 John 1 and 10. And it reads, if they're coming to you and bring, wait a minute, 2 John 1 and 10. If there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, receive him not in your house, neither bid him Godspeed. Godspeed is rejoice. When it says Godspeed, that means Godspeed means to rejoice and be glad. So if there come any unto you and bring not this doctrine, they not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? They not walking with the Most High, and they not walking with Yahweh Shai. They not professing themselves to be a Hebrew Israelite. They breaking every commandment in the Bible. They wicked as hell. If any come unto you and bring not this doctrine, what doctrine? This Hebrew Israelite doctrine. about the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans being the chosen, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. If they bring out this doctrine, if any nigga come up to you and bring out this doctrine, if any sister come up to you and bring out this doctrine, receive him not in your house. This is 2 John 1 and 10. Receive him not in your house, neither bid him Godspeed. Don't try to rejoice with this nigga and be glad with this nigga. You see what I'm saying? So right there, don't bid him Godspeed, because he ain't on the same level. He's not bringing his doctrine. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even in the commandments. He ain't trying to get in the commandments. She ain't trying to get in the commandments. So if they come to you and they don't bring this doctrine, you already know they can't be a compatible friend. That's not a perfect pair right there. That's not a perfect pair. You get what I'm saying? Receive him not into your house, neither bid him Godspeed. Because what you want to do, you want to find you a friend that's like-minded and on the same page, keeping these commandments. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's continue to move on. You know what I'm saying? You can't let them suck you over. You know what I'm saying? It's rather, look, we're going to walk together with God and keep commandments, or you can get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? Now, what did Yahweh Shai say? And what this is, Matthew 12 and 46. What did he say in Matthew 12 and 46? This is Matthew in the New Testament. The Gospel Matthew 12 and 46. Let's see what Yahweh Shai, the Black Messiah, said. Matthew 12 and 46. Now I'll read down to the 50th verse. Matthew 12 and 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brothers stood without, desiring to speak with him. Matthew 12 and 47. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with you. Matthew 12 and 48. But he, the Black Messiah, he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who is my brethren? Matthew 12 and 49. And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples, and he said, behold, my mother and my brethren. Matthew 12 and 50. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. See that? And also including friend, because I want to put that in there. So Yahweh Shai, the Black Messiah, the Savior of the Savior of the elect of the nation of Israel, which is you blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Yahweh Shai said, for whosoever do the will, what is the will of the Father? Keeping the commandments. Matthew 12 and 50. Yahweh Shai said, whosoever keep the commandments, doing the will of my Father, which is in heaven, these are my brothers, these are my sisters, these are my mothers, these are my friends. See what I'm saying? I just added friends in there because it ties in with that. So whoever doing the will, that's who I want to make my friend. You feel me? I don't want to get any nigga. I don't want to snatch any nigga up and put him in my circle. You know what I'm saying? I want to try him out. I want to test the spirit to see if the spirit is of God. I want to prove him first. I want to see if him or her is unequally yoked. You see what I'm saying? I want to see where they mind at spiritually. I want to see where they heart at spiritually. You understand? And so I want to see if they doing the will. If they not doing the will, the same is not my brother. The same is not my sister. The same is not my mother. The same is not my friend. So that's how you detect, that's how you determine a true friend. You got to see if they doing the will of the Father. If they not doing the will of the Father, why in the hell would you want to hang around them and make them your friend? If they not doing the will of the Father, why in the hell you still trying to get with her? Because she may look good, she a comely looking female, she may look good, she may talk sweet, she may dress appropriate, but her mind is jacked up. She wicked as hell. He might look good. He might talk good. You know what I'm saying? He might dress accordingly, but his mind ain't right. His mind wicked as hell. So why would you try to still add them men to being your friend if they not doing the will? Don't let him or her pull you over to their side, because you supposed to be the light, and the light don't fellowship with darkness. So this is how you prove a true friend. Matthew 12:50. Yahushua said, whoever doing the will is my friend. Whoever doing the will is my mother, my sister, and my brother. Nigga, if you ain't doing the will, you can kick rocks. I'm not pulling you in my circle. You're not joining my camp. You know what I'm saying? You're not viewing it up with us. If you're not doing the will, we looking at you. If you're not doing the will of the Heavenly Father, we look at you like a heathen nation. We look at you like the white man. We look at you like the devil. You understand? We look at you like the Edomites. Brothers or sisters. If you're not doing the will, we look at you niggas just like that. Because we don't want to add you in our circle. We don't want to fellowship with darkness. So that's how you really prove a true friend. You know what I'm saying? To see where they mind at. To see if they walking with the commandments. To see if they doing the will. If they not doing the will, you're not my mother. You're not my brother. You're not my sister. And last but not least, you're not my friend. All right? So let's continue on. And the reason why I say this is because I want to pull this out right here. Watch this. The reason why I say that, because I want to pull this out right here. Let me see what it said. I'm not getting with you niggas if you're not doing the will, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not like-minded in the Most High. All you sisters, man. Watch this. This is a precept. This is a precept. Going into the book of Exodus. The book of Exodus. Let's see what chapter. Exodus 23:2. Watch this. Exodus 23:2. And it reads, Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. See that? We shall not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shall thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment. So we shouldn't follow wicked ass niggas, wicked ass sisters, trying to make them our friend. And they mind ain't on the Most High. They not keeping no commandments. They not keeping the Sabbaths. These niggas, these wicked ass niggas and sisters, they out here and they're still eating pork. They're still eating crab, shrimp, and lobster. They don't give a damn about the dietary law, and they'll tell you in your face. They try to invite you to a crab fest. They try to invite you to a seafood cookout, and you supposed to be keeping these commandments, but you over there smiling with them, man. You don't supposed to bid them Godspeed. We showed you that. If any come to you and bring out this doctrine, you don't supposed to bid them Godspeed. You don't supposed to rejoice with them. As a Hebrew Israelite that's walking with the commandments, walking with God, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't follow a multitude to do evil. That's Exodus 23:2. You shouldn't follow a multitude to do evil. Leave that brother alone. Leave that sister alone. I don't care how good that sister may look to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how good that brother may look to you. If they not doing the will of the Heavenly Father, you know what I'm saying? Let them kick rocks. Leave them alone. Let them be. Let them stay right over there where they at. Because if you get with that brother or that sister, you're going to become unequally yoked, and then it's going to be light fellowshipping with darkness, and that don't supposed to be. Okay, guys? Now let's continue on. All right? Let me see what else I got to bring out. Let's continue on. You want to get with, like I said, let me show you this. I'm going into the book of Psalms. Continue on, man. The book of Psalms, and let's take a look at Psalms. Let's see. The book of Psalms. See what chapter I want to pick. I want to pick a good one. We can start with Psalms, the first chapter. Psalms chapter 1 from the top. Psalms chapter 1 from the top. Blessed is the man, and it also includes woman. Blessed is the man or woman that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. See what I'm saying? Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his or her delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law does they meditate day and night. See what I'm saying? So Psalms 1 verse 1 says, blessed is the man or woman that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. See what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to be the light. And you don't supposed to fellowship with darkness, man. That's what I'm saying. If you keeping these commandments as a Hebrew Israelite, blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans, do not get with a brother or sister that is not gonna that you can't benefit from. You know what I'm saying? That you can't prosper from. Don't get with them. Don't get with them wicked ass niggas, man. Don't get with them wicked ass sisters. You know why? Because they are not the ones. They are not the ones that's on the path. They're not on the righteous path. They're not rehearsing the righteous acts. You know what I'm saying? They not blessed because they not walking with the Most High. But blessed is the man or woman that walk not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. That's Psalms 1 verse 1, Psalms 1 verse 2. But it's delight, his or her delight is in the law of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to get with, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, delight that's in the law. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters who delight in laws and keeping these commandments. To try to get the hell up out of here, try to get up out of Babylon. That's who you want to fellowship with. You want to fellowship with brothers and sisters that delight in these laws, statutes, and commandments and these judgments. See what I'm saying? Psalms 1 verse 2. And you want to also get with brothers and sisters, it says, and they meditate day and night on these commandments. You want to get with no wicked ass nigga. He ain't even keeping one commandment in the Bible. He don't even know one book, chapter, verse in the Bible. And it goes for you sisters too. You don't want to get with them, man. You understand? Watch this. This is Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. Watch this. Joshua 1 verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. See what I'm saying? Joshua chapter 1 verse 8 is a precept to Psalms chapter 1 verses 1 and 2. So Joshua chapter 1 verse 8 says, the book of the law. What is the book of the law? The book of the law is this Bible here. The book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth. See what I'm saying? But you trying to make friends with this brother that don't even know nothing about the book of the law. You trying to make friends with this sister that don't even know nothing about the book of the law. You want to get with brothers and sisters that's like-minded, doing the same thing you're doing in terms of keeping these laws. They doing the same thing you're doing. They are meditating day and night. You know what I'm saying? They are observing to do what's according to all that's written there in this book. You know what I'm saying? That's who you want to get with. Joshua 1 and 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou may observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make your ways prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. You can only have good success when you meditate in this word day and night. You can only have good success when you fellowshipping with light and not darkness. You can only have good success, you understand, when you rehearsing the righteous acts. You ain't got no good success if your ass being wicked as hell. You trying to make this brother your friend, and all he's thinking about is humping females. All he thinking about is the next piece of ass he trying to hit. Are you trying to make this sister your friend, and all she thinking about is the next nigga she can jump on? All she thinking about is hair, fake ass hair, weave, you know what I'm saying, nails, cosmetics, shopping sprees, thinking about all this materialistic shit. Her mind ain't on the Most High, and you trying to make this sister your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? You trying to make this sister your friend. You know what I'm saying? But her mind ain't on the Most High. Her mind on everything else, caught up in the world. You know what I'm saying? That's your own detriment if you go ahead and do that. That's suicide, man. That is suicide, guys. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right? Now, let me continue to go on. Let's look at Romans 15:4. Remember, get with brothers and sisters that's going to benefit you in this truth. Romans 15:4. Get with brothers and sisters that's going to benefit you in terms of this truth and keeping these commandments. Don't be unequally yoked. Leave these wicked ass niggas and these sisters alone that ain't walking with God. I don't give a damn how good they may look. I don't give a damn how good they personality may be. If they ain't keeping the commandments, if they ain't doing the will of the Father, they're not your mother, they not your brother, they not your sister, just like Yahweh Shai said. The hell with them, man. All right, Romans 15:4 in the New Testament. For whatsoever things written aforetime was written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So I brought out Romans 15:4 because I wanted to look at that. I wanted to zoom in when it says patient and comfort of the scriptures. So you want to get with a brother or sister that can comfort you in the scriptures. You get with a wicked ass nigga or sister and you might have demons on you. You know what I'm saying? You might have demons on you. You might be battling in the mind. You know what I'm saying? You might be battling sexually in the mind. You might be battling just mentally in the mind. You might have some demons on you. And you trying to shake these demons off of you. But you don't make friends with wicked ass niggas and sisters. How they gonna be able to comfort you in the scriptures? You see what I'm saying? How they gonna be able to comfort you in the scriptures that you might have hope? Romans 15:4. See what I'm saying? They can't do a damn thing for you because they themselves is demons. They themselves is demons. So they can't get the demons off of you. You in this truth and you battling in your mind, you know what I'm saying? You need a brother or sister that you can talk to. You know what I'm saying? Your brothers and sisters supposed to be in the light so they can do what? Bring you comfort of the scriptures that you might have hope. So they can encourage you and keep you and build you up. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that if you want to make friends with wicked ass niggas and sisters. They not going to be able to comfort you in the scriptures because they are walking in darkness. And they hate the light. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show you that too. Because these niggas hate the light. These wicked ass sisters and niggas out here, they hate the light. So why would you fellowship with darkness that hate the light? You see what I'm saying? Find you a compatible friend in the gospel, in this truth, and keeping these commandments. Know what I'm saying? Watch this. Watch this. This is John. St. John. St. John and chapter 3 and verse 20. St. John 3 and verse 20. For everyone that does evil hate the light. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Everyone, this is John 3 and 20. For everyone that does evil hates the light. So why in the hell would you want a fellowship with brothers and sisters that's indulging themselves, involving themselves in wicked ass affairs? Why would you want to get with them? You see what I'm saying? Once again, this topic is about finding true friends. You see? So St. John 3 and 20. Everyone that does evil hates the light. Now what is the light? Proverbs 6:23 tells you that the law is light. So these wicked ass niggas and sisters out here, they hate the law. They ain't trying to keep the law. So why in the hell would you try to get with a wicked ass nigga or a sister that's contrary to the law when you trying to keep the law? They hate the light. Neither come to the light lest their deeds should be reproved. St. John 3:21. But he that does the truth cometh to the light. He that doeth the truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. So why in the hell would you want to get with a brother or sister that hates the commandments, that hates the light? Because to hate the light is to hate to subscribe to this book. See, when you hate the light, when wicked ass niggas and sisters out here hate the light, they can't stand this book right here. Because this is the light. Because this is the commandments. This is the law. So wicked ass niggas and sisters out here that hates the light, that means that they don't believe in the Bible. They hate the Bible, and they probably mocking the Bible, saying all types of things, all types of derogatory statements about the Bible. And you want to hang out with these niggas, and you want to make these niggas your friends, these wicked ass sisters your friends. Get with somebody that loves the light. Get with somebody that delights in the light. Get with somebody that enjoys the light. And that's a true friend and a brother. See what I'm saying? Okay? For real, man. Because I want to bring this out too. I want to bring this out right here too. Watch this. Leave these wicked ass niggas alone. Leave these wicked ass sisters alone that ain't trying to walk with God and keep the commandments. Because this is another thing what's going to happen to you. I want to bring this out. I believe this is in 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. You see what I'm saying? So evil communications corrupt good manners, guys. Evil communications corrupt good manners. You supposed to be walking in the light. You supposed to be keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. But you hanging around these wicked ass niggas. You hanging around these sisters. Wicked ass niggas and sisters. That has what? That has evil communications proceeding from their mouths. Everything come out their damn mouths is evil communications. They ain't talking about nothing in righteousness. They're not talking about nothing in righteousness. Everything coming from these wicked ass niggas and sisters' mouth is evil communications. And you supposed to be keeping the commandments and you hanging around them. You know what they're going to do? Be not deceived. They're going to corrupt your good manners. And then eventually it's whether one going to pull the other. And then they're going to corrupt your good manners. And then you're going to find yourself doing the same thing that they're doing. You see what I'm saying? This is Proverbs 1 and 10. Proverbs 1 and 10. In the Old Testament. We appreciate you, Matthew Dodd Anderson. Proverbs 1 and 10. Proverbs 1 verse 10. It says, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. See what I'm saying? Because you got wicked ass niggas and sisters out here that tries to bribe you into doing something. You know what I'm saying? You know, Antonio done went down here and hit a lick on the corner store. Antonio done went down here and he done looted the corner store. Got the cashier hold up. You know what I'm saying? And now these wicked ass niggas, you know, that hangs out with Antonio want you to start hitting licks with him. Want you to get involved with him. You understand? Or let's say on the sister's behalf, you got this particular sister. She stripped for a living. She's a stripper. She dances at the strip club. She's a stripper and she stripped for a living. You understand? And then you sisters, you trying to keep the commandment. This particular sister's trying to walk with God, and she trying to, you know, be down with this stripper. You know what I'm saying? Instead of coming from among the stripper and, you know, just telling the stripper like, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop this bullshit, man. You know, line up with God and stop being a hoe. You don't have to expose your body for financial gain. You know what I'm saying? You trying to tell this stripper that this particular sister trying to tell this stripper that they don't have to live that way. And this stripper, you know what I'm saying, trying to convince the righteous. You see what I'm saying? Proverbs 1 and 10, my son, if sinners, what is sinners? 1 John 3 and 4 tells you that sin is the transgression of the law. So sinners is lawbreakers. Wicked ass niggas and wicked ass sisters ain't keeping one law in the Bible. They ain't trying to keep the laws. They break law after law. They break continuously. They do this consistently. They break law after law. If sinners entice thee, consent thou not. That means you don't suppose that's going back to Exodus 23 and 2 when it says, follow not a multitude to do evil. You see what I'm saying? 2 Thessalonians 3 and 6. 2 Thessalonians 3 and 6. You gotta find a compatible brother or sister in this truth, keeping these commandments. And that's facts. 2 Thessalonians 3 and 6. It says, now we command you, brethren. This is in the New Testament, 2 Thessalonians 3 and 6. Now we command you, brethren, in the name of our Lord, Hamashiach Yahushai, who they call Jesus Christ, that ye withdraw yourselves from every brother that walketh disorderly. See that? You're supposed to withdraw yourself from every brother or sister that walketh disorderly and not after the tradition which he had received of us. So basically, if they ain't keeping these commandments, you tell them, man, kick off, kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? And they still don't get the point. If they still don't over enter and understand, you tell them, look, man, fuck off. Get the fuck out my face, man. You niggas wicked as hell. You sisters wicked as hell. You're not trying to keep the commandments. You're not trying to walk with God. You're not trying to keep the Sabbaths. You're not trying to keep the feast days. You're not trying to keep the dietary law, ceremonial law, the civil law, the moral law. You're not trying. You don't even have fringes on the bottom of your shirt. You're not trying to get fringes. You niggas out here, you're not trying to grow your beards. You're still sagging your pants off your ass. You understand? You still want to sell dope to your brothers. You want to kill up your brothers in these communities. You understand? You want to destroy your own nation. You want to bring down your community instead of building up your community. You sisters, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to lead by example. You setting bad examples. You prostitute, and now the little girls that sees you, they want to do the same damn thing. You popping your ass, shaking titties. You want to be a stripper. So guess what? The youth that sees you, they are inspired to do the same damn thing. You niggas and you wicked ass sisters, you wicked as hell, man. You understand? 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 verse 6. It says, withdraw yourselves from every brother or sister that walketh disorderly and not after the tradition which ye have received of us. If they ain't keeping these commandments, get away from them. Tell them to kick rocks. Don't invite them in your circle. Don't try to be their friend. You see what I'm saying? Find you a friend that's keeping these commandments. You see what I'm saying? Proverbs chapter 1 verse 10. Proverbs 1 and 10. I don't give a damn if we did go to school together. I don't give a damn if we did graduate together. I don't give a damn if we did grow up among each other in terms of childhood. I don't give a damn about that. That was back then. This is now, my nigga. You understand? I'm keeping these commandments. I'm walking with God. What you doing, nigga? Still being wicked as hell. So guess what? I don't want to hear it. Fuck off. Because that's what the truth gonna do anyway. The truth gonna separate the righteous from the wicked. It's gonna do that. It's gonna do that automatically. Proverbs 1 and 10. See what I'm saying? Proverbs 1 and 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Proverbs 1 and 11. And if they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. Because you wicked ass niggas, that's all you doing. Come, let us lay wait for blood. That's one of them niggas that's gang affiliated. That's one of them niggas that's in them gang-related activities. You know what I'm saying? They talking about come with us. Let us wait. Let us lay wait. This is Proverbs chapter 1 verse 11. Let us wait. Let us lay wait for blood. You understand? Come with us. Let us chill in the cut. And when we see this nigga at the four-way, we gonna jump out and get him. We gonna wet this nigga up when we see, cause he gotta come down this street. You know what I'm saying? Come with us. You know what I'm saying? Come with us. Come with us. You know what I'm saying? Get your Glock. Get your Glock 9. Strap up and come with us. That's what Proverbs 1 and 11 is talking about. Wicked ass niggas out here that try to get other niggas to be gang affiliate. You understand? They want to be part of a goddamn gang. But they ain't want to keep one commandment in the Bible. They want to kill their own brothers up. Proverbs 1 and 11. If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause. They just want to kill a nigga for no reason. Just to be initiated in a gang. You understand? And you ride along with them like a dumbass. You see what I'm saying? You don't supposed to be with that. You see what I'm saying? Okay? Proverbs 1 verse 15. My son, walk not thou in the way of them. Proverbs 1 and 15. Walk thou not in the way of them. Refrain thy foot from their path. See what I'm saying? So don't go with them wicked ass niggas to create that murder scene. You tell them like, no, man, I'm not doing that. You understand? I'm keeping these commandments. I'm walking with the Most High. I ain't gang banging no more. I don't turn my life around. I don't change. You know what I'm saying? I don't renew my mind. I don't renew my spirit. You know what I'm saying? I don't got rid of those old wine skins. I got me some new wine skins now. And I got new wine being poured into some new wine skins. You know what I'm saying? I don't renew my spirit and my mind. I don't do that shit no more, man. I got a family to feed. I got a wife and kids to take care. And I got kids and a wife to train up in these commandments so they can help the next generation. I'm not with that bullshit no more, man. You understand? And same thing for the sisters. You know what I'm saying? If a sister try to get you to do some sinister type of activity, you tell them sister the same thing. I'm not shaking my ass no more, popping my titties, stripping for no nigga out here. I'm keeping these commandments. I got my head wrap. I got my fringes on my dress. I'm dressed in modest apparel. See what I'm saying? And now, when I used to be a bitch or I used to be a prostitute, I'm known as the daughters of Zion. Virtuous woman now. So all you wicked ass sisters over there, y'all can stay with that bullshit because I'm not getting on that level anymore. I've been changed. I've been renewed. I've been born again. See what I'm saying? So as the Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, as Hebrew Israelites, that we keeping these commandments, we got to make sure that we do not just grab any and everybody in our circle. You know what I'm saying? In terms of trying to make friends. We got to see what these people about. I don't want to prolong this lesson, guys. You know what I'm saying? I think I don't say it enough because I can go on and on because I'm just turning up. It's getting good too. You know what I'm saying? But I can go on and on with this lesson. This is a nice lesson, man. But I'm not going to go on and on with it, guys. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But just remember, man, you know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters out there, they going to hate you. Certain brothers and sisters going to hate you anyway because you in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not meant for you to be everybody's friend. You know what I'm saying? In this truth, you're going to create a lot of enemies. Especially in the truth. You know what I'm saying? In this truth, you're going to create a lot of enemies. Because now, you're not compatible to them anymore. See what I'm saying? You're not equivocal to them anymore. See, when y'all used to smoke together, you came into this truth and now you don't no longer smoke out with them. When y'all used to drink together, you come into this truth, now you don't no longer drink with them. When y'all used to run around and y'all used to smash these women out here. Y'all used to be from door to door just smashing different women. Y'all used to run the train together on these women and all kind of stuff. You ain't doing that no longer. You don't turn from that lifestyle. See what I'm saying? Y'all used to run together in a gang, or y'all used to run together on the block in terms of selling dope or something. know what I'm saying? Y'all used to run the streets together, but now you in the truth and you're not doing that. You still in the street, but you're not, but hey, but you on a whole nother level now. You preaching the gospel. You compelling the lost sheep now. You by the highways, the hedges, and the byways now, proclaiming the gospel. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't went from selling dope. You don't went from selling dope to selling hope. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So you're gonna create friends regardless. And also you sisters. You see what I'm saying? You're not no longer out there. You're not a stripper anymore. You don't work at the strip club anymore. Now you wearing a dress with your hair out. Now you in virtuous. Now you in modest apparel. Now you a virtuous woman when you used to be a bitch. See what I'm saying? And your sisters that still bitching around, they mad because you don't came from among that. So just being in the truth gonna do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Being in the truth gonna do that, man. See what I'm saying? Matthew 5 and 11. This is Matthew 5 and 11. Matthew chapter 5, verse 11. And it reads, Matthew 5 and 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. Yeah, because you're not no longer hanging out with these niggas no more. You see what I'm saying? But he still want to, you know what I'm saying? Basically, for the truth gonna break your friendship up. Especially if you niggas are both wicked. When your mind renewed, your spirit renewed, it's going to automatically break your friendship up because you're not going to want to do wickedly with this nigga no more. You understand? Also with this sister. You sisters out there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all run the streets together because y'all get y'all money by whoring around. Y'all get y'all money by whoring around. Lying down, you know what I'm saying? Lying down with different men. And when the Most High touch you, he reaches down and touches you. You know what I'm saying? You come into the gospel, you come into the truth and keeping the commandments. Now you not no longer running with that sister anymore. See what I'm saying? So now it's like she gonna feel some type of way. You're not no longer running with her anymore now. It's just a matter of time for she speak all evil against you. See what I'm saying? And this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake, because you don't came into the truth. See what I'm saying? You don't run with them anymore. You see what I'm saying? Because coming into this truth, that's what it does. That's why it's so hard to find a friend on your level. That's why it's so hard to find a brother or sister that's keeping these commandments on the same level as you. See what I'm saying? This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I come to send peace on the earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. Matthew 10, verse 35. This is the Messiah speaking. For I come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. You see what I'm saying? Matthew chapter 10, verse 36. Listen up. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. See what I'm saying? So it's hard as hell to try to find a friend, especially in the truth and keeping the commandments. But what you don't want to do is get with a wicked ass nigga or a wicked ass sister that's incompatible, that is not equivocal, that is not keeping these commandments and walking in the light in the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Because that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to become unequally yoked. See what I'm saying? So guys, that's pretty much for this lesson, man. I'm going to close it back out. I'm going to close it out by going back into the Apocrypha. Now I'm going back into the Apocrypha. Going back into the Apocrypha, and I'm going to pick off with the verse that I opened up the lesson with, and that is Ecclesiasticus, a.k.a. Sirach, chapter 6, and I stopped on verse 8, and I'll read it on out and close the lesson. So Sirach, aka Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of trouble. Yeah, because some niggas are your friend just for their own occasion, just to benefit from you and get what they can get out of you. Sirach chapter 6, verse 9, and there is a friend who's being turned to enmity, and strife will discover thy reproach. You see what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what he gonna do. Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 10. Again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. See that? Because like when shit hits the fan, they ain't around. You know what I'm saying? You don't got locked up or something because you got accused of a crime you didn't do. You know what I'm saying? You were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And now that you don't got locked up and you seeking for this friend to come visit you and see you. But they ain't nowhere to be found. They ain't even put money on your book or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it was all cool, but when you got locked up, you don't see these niggas around no more, you understand? And that's Sirach chapter 6, verse 10. Again, some friends is a companion at the table and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. When you going through the hard times, when you walking through the storm and the rain, they ass ain't nowhere to be found. Sirach chapter 6, verse 11. But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. You see what I'm saying? Sirach chapter 6, verse 12. And if thou be brought low, he will be against thee. See what I'm saying? He ain't for you, he gonna be against you, and will hide himself from your face. Now watch this. Sirach chapter 6, verse 13. Separate thyself from thy enemies, and take heed of thy friends. Take heed who you hang around. Take heed who you're fellowshipping with. Because everybody that's saying your friend, every brother that's saying your friend, every brother that's saying they're your friend, every sister that's saying they're your friend, they're not your friend. Remember, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies close. You understand? Chapter 6, verse 14 out of Sirach. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such as one hath found a treasure. So to find a faithful true friend, Sirach chapter 6 verse 14. To find a faithful true friend, a faithful true brother, a faithful true sister that's keeping these commandments, and y'all are like-minded, and y'all are not unequally yoked, and y'all can touch and agree together, you know what I'm saying, and y'all teaching and preaching together, and y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all foundation is built on the Most High and Christ, y'all was shot together. It says, man, that's a treasure. Sirach chapter 6 verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that have found such as one have found treasure. Sirach chapter 6 and 14. So man, a faithful friend, a faithful brother, a faithful sister is everything, and they hard to find. You know what I'm saying? So what are true friends? True friends, are brothers and sisters that's willing to walk with God, do his will, keep the commandments, rehearse the righteous acts. True friends are brothers and sisters that can comfort you through the scriptures when you going through hell and you got some demons on you. You got these goddamn demons on you and you need assistance. You can turn to your brothers and your sisters to comfort you in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? That's a treasure, man. That's like, man, that's unexplainable right there, but you don't find too many of these brothers and sisters in the times we live in. So if you come across one, by all means, please do not let that brother or sister go. You know what I'm saying? It's like a air balloon, because when you let it go, it's pretty much, that's a done deal, you see. So Matthew Dot Anderson, man, I appreciate your time, man. And just thank you for tuning in to be part of this wonderful lesson once again. And I appreciate you, man. You always drop in. You always tune into my lessons. You always willing to support and hear me out. And I thank you for that, Matthew Dot Anderson, man. I want you to know that your presence, man, is everything. You see what I'm saying? You the only one that tuned in on tonight. So this lesson could have been just for you. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, this lesson could have been just for you, man, because you the only one that don't tuned in tonight. So Matthew Dot Anderson, I appreciate you, man. Don't think that you're not being seen. Don't think that you're not being acknowledged. I want you to know that you are appreciated, my brother. And I'm praying for you, man. And like I said, hopefully we can get the hell up out of Babylon, man, and get back into the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, man, we the elect. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Matthew Dot Anderson, my brother in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Matthew Dot Anderson, my brother in the truth, my brother in the faith. You understand? So yeah, thank you, man, once again. I really appreciate that, Matthew Dot Anderson. So until next time, see you guys. See you in the next lesson. Have a nice night and shalom.